out. I don't have the time
As if
to
NAMM
plan
isn't
that.
hard enough.
Right. So good ideas that went on the wayside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, everyone. I'm Ryan. I'm here at Boutique Amp Distributors with Rick Matthews, the man himself.
That's me.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. It's been a good year, fun year. Big fan of the channel.
Oh,
Love the
thank
channel.
you.
Content.
I'm a big fan of your stuff, of your
Thank you, man.
pedals.
Thank you.
We're
I
fans
appreciate
of each
that.
other.
Hey.
What do you
Best
know?
friends in the make. Did we just become best friends?
We're best friends now.
So many activities. Yeah.
I feel like every time we're in the same zip code, the same building together, we're just like the busiest we can be.
I know.
You're like manning a booth.
Yeah.
I'm running around getting video. We're like, oh, hi, how's it going? Let's film this thing.
Yeah. We're
This
passing
feels-
in a hallway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This feels a lot more chill.
Yeah.
To hang out like in
Forget the pedal.
the
Let's just
warehouse.
chat.
That's what I did with
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah.
like a second ago. We just hung out.
Tell me about Ryan, It's funny. Jared, my employee earlier, he was like, we should just flip the table and interview the interviewer.
Oh. It'd be so
so
awkward.
how'd you get your start?
Weirdly, I've had a couple interviews like in the
Yeah.
past month where people want to talk to me for little online magazines and stuff like
People
that.
want to know about you, man. Open up. Don't hide that light under the bushel.
I'm going to be a mystery.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so mysterious. No one can know about me. Now, what about you, Rick?
Yeah.
You're dressed in all black. You've got this secret
I like-
society
I
look
like
to
the
your
black.
pedals. What are you hiding?
I'm hiding great tone.
The secret is great tone. The cabal of great tone.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's the secret.
You've got a new product.
Yes. Yeah.
When can I publish this video? I'm assuming right after NAMM.
Right away. Yeah.
Right away. Okay.
Probably-
Dumb question.
As soon as you're done editing.
You've got a MIDI controller box
Yes. MIDI controller.
here. Don't worry, guys. We'll get more off topic after I let him do this little rundown
This
here.
interview is going to go crazy places, I'm sure. Yes, so MIDI controller, I think a lot of people might, that's very different for us, right, from what we've done before.
Mm-hmm.
This last year has been a cool year because I've had the opportunity to really go, like, how can I improve myself as a builder? Not just, like, make products that sell, but, like, how can I improve myself and then also use that to push boundaries in the market? And one day I just got the idea, like, I feel I started to learn more about MIDI because I was kind of that player who, like, knew about it, like, you could do cool stuff, but just never dove into it.
I'm afraid of it.
Right? A lot of people
Honestly.
are. A lot of people are either intimidated or afraid of it or just don't get it because it is really confusing unless you learn a little bit about, like, how microcontrollers work and, data connections and everything like that. So I was seeing a part of the industry that had a confusing product that had a wall for most players because they couldn't understand it. And I was like, how can we make this more accessible and easier for people? Like, I can see how we could do things better and make this a product that anyone can use.
Gotcha.
So one of the really cool things, before we even get to the pedal, we're launching an editor software with it. And what's really, really cool about it is it has a smart editor wizard. And what's nice about that is if you are intimidated, if you don't understand MIDI and you don't want to learn, literally all you do is you choose channel, the brand, the model, what you want to do, and hit generate. And
Okay.
it auto-populates all the coding for you.
Because every time like I get a pedal in that's got MIDI plugs, I look at the manual and there's just lists of codes
Yeah.
that I have to input somewhere. And I'm like, glad I don't have any MIDI stuff. I don't have to demo that. So
Yeah.
that sounds a lot more accessible. The
Yeah.
one time I have used MIDI is I had one of those Noatronic MIDI controllers, and I just plugged it into the HX Stomp, and it auto-detected it. And
Yeah.
it's like, good, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
So this sounds more like that sort of situation where like you have software that makes it
Makes it just easier.
simpler for the dum-dums
Yeah.
like me.
And what's cool is that master list, that database is going to be, like, we're launching with support for certain brands, but then our community will drive it. So, like, that you'll actually be able to contribute to the master database so that it's not just, like, the big guys or whoever. It's anyone can be a part of that, and it can auto-populate inside the editor for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how does it work? I see
Yeah.
a box that's gold with
Yes.
4 switches on it, and it's LCD screen.
Yeah, so you have 4 switches, which you can expand through the control jack to 7 switches. And any of those 7 switches can be a preset, a tap switch, or bank up or bank down.
Okay.
And with that, you have 3 actual MIDI outputs. You have a 3.5 millimeter, which works great for stuff like the Terraform, the DD200. A lot of pedals are actually moving to that standard. So you can run directly to those. You still have a 5-pin MIDI connection for anything that still has that. And then you have a USB out, which can power the Futurist. It's also, maybe we should start there. It's called the Futurist.
Oh, hey.
That's the model name.
It's called the Futurist. I probably have it in the title of the video. Hey, guys, check out the Futurist. That's the name of it.
But so you have the USB. It can power it. You can use it to update the firmware or do the editor, edit your presets. But you can also use it as MIDI. So if you want to control stuff in like your recording DAW, like for you, what I really like is when I'm recording videos, I have this connected to my DAW, and then I have record, stop, reverse. You can assign all those things to foot switches. So you can play a riff. No, I messed up. Stop. Go back and record over it without having to like fiddle with the computer.
So I could just turn every button into a delete button. Just be like,
delete. No. Exactly. That's what I end up doing. Then I go, I'm just paying somebody to.
Can I set one of the buttons to hire someone else?
It's an Amazon quick buy. You just automatically find someone who's available.
It just goes straight to Fiverr.
So you can do that. It's super cool. So the main functions on it, well, also with that, so technically you actually have 3 individual MIDI sends. So you can send 16 messages per patch, which means you can individually control 16 devices. But technically, since you have 3 sends, you actually could control 48? I'm terrible at math. 48 pedals,
It's a lot.
I think? Yeah, it's 16 times 3.
So you can use this one thing to control.
You could do a light show.
16 times 3 devices.
You could program your entire band's light show and control it from your feet while you're on stage. There's so much cool things you can do with
It's
MIDI.
48.
48, yeah.
I was working on that the whole time.
Your face went a little blank.
You probably thought I was having a stroke.
I was like, he's deep in thought on something.
It is 48. I had to confirm in my slow brain.
But there's just so much stuff you could do with MIDI.
That is crazy that you can control so much.
Yeah, even beyond just like normal effect pedals. So you have the external 3 switches, but also this can run as expression. So you can plug in an expression pedal and use it to send expression MIDI messages.
Okay.
You can set presets. So each preset could control a different expression control on a different pedal. So it's per preset. Then you also have analog tap control. So you can use this as a BPM generator and sync like your analog delay and your Strymon timeline to the same BPM, even though one doesn't have MIDI. And that's using the utility jack. The utility jack can also be used as just a switch changer. So if you want to change, maybe you want to turn on the reverb on your amp, you can plug that into this and program presets to turn your reverb on and off, or amp channel changes, or if you have a JHS pedal that has red remote, you can control that. My pedals have the alternate feature. You can bypass or change the row that is active on my pedals.
And you can do that and the other stuff all at the same time?
Yep. So we tried to pack a ton of really cool stuff.
I'm back to being intimidated because now I'm thinking about all the stuff I can control with one thing.
Overwhelmed with all the options.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can just keep it really simple. I mean, you can change the names of all the presets. Another thing to keep it really simple, we got some feedback early on from people was, say like a Strymon timeline, the manuals that you had to look at that had all those codes, you had to keep a list of the ones that were important to you, because maybe you're on stage and you need to rewrite a patch or something. You'd have to have a list or something. So what I actually gave you is a bank of 10 custom messages. So if you go through the process of finding, like, even just on the pedal, Strymon, all right, this is the code I have to put in to bank up. It'll ask you if you want to save that to that bank. You can give it a unique name, and then instead of having to go through and program, you can just go into message 1, choose custom message 1, and it auto sets it to whatever you had set that message as.
Gotcha.
So really, features that make it easier, more accessible, but also really powerful for the people who do understand or just really enjoy MIDI. It's going to be for everyone.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, check it out. The Futurist?
The Futurist.
That's a Rick Matthews style name there.
The technology of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today.
So what else is going on? Now we can get back into off-topic stuff now that we've done the pitch.
Now the stuff we really enjoy.
the reason why they brought us all in here today to pitch stuff. And now we can just...
chill. Like, how much time? We got some free time.
Yeah.
Let's get some coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
I don't either. Oh my gosh, there are others of us.
Of course
there are dozens of us.
Okay, let's talk about not drinking coffee. How often do you not drink coffee?
I never drink coffee. So what do you drink?
I don't drink coffee all the time.
So what do you get when you're with people who get coffee?
I just watch.
I get I'm like a hot chocolate connoisseur. Like, I really love hot chocolate. And also,
I feel like I like hot chocolate a lot too. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if I buy hot chocolate at a coffee place, then I'm just propping up that industry more. You know, I'm giving them money.
But my biggest gripe...
I don't actually care that much.
My biggest gripe is when you go to a swanky coffee shop and you get a hot chocolate, and it's terrible. And it's like...
Yeah. Tastes burned.
How can you do coffee that's like all this crazy stuff, but you can't do a simple hot chocolate?
You can't warm up milk and squirt some Hershey's in there? Yeah. I think my go-to if I end up at like a Starbucks with someone is those pink Frappuccino smoothies, whatever they're called. I always have to ask someone, like, what are those called? I don't here. I don't know what they're called.
Actually, my wife loves it when I say this because she's a hardcore coffee drinker. Mm-hmm. I guess I am a coffee drinker because I drink refreshers.
Refreshers?
Which are just as much as a coffee drinker as the rest of you guys, even though it's infused with juice and doesn't taste like coffee in any way.
I mean, coffee's made out of beans. It's like a juice.
It's bean.
It's just hot bean juice.
It's dirty bean water.
Yeah.
That's what coffee is.
Hot, dirty bean water. Are you like me in this way? Like, I don't drink coffee, but I'll really enjoy, like, a bowl of coffee ice cream. Or, like... No, you don't like this? You don't like the flavor?
No, like coffee-flavored candy or
anything. Like, I like a beer that has, like, strong coffee notes. But something about coffee itself, it has no attraction to me.
That's really interesting. That is really interesting. Because it doesn't sound like a taste palette thing. It sounds like a...
I'm just not interested in it. I very rarely need a warm drink because I'm in California. And...
Makes sense.
I'm not... I think a big part of it for me... This is very interesting stuff, guys. This is the meat of...
This is what you come to this channel for.
Yeah. I'm not affected by caffeine in any way.
I see. Me too. Like, I don't ever get hit. But then I watch my wife wake up late and not have coffee and get a crazy migraine. And I'm like, I don't want that.
I watch my wife have too much coffee and she's essentially like vibrating off the floor.
Yeah.
And like, I used to just like hang out and pound Jolt Cola and, drink pizza all night.
Yeah.
And felt nothing.
Yeah.
And I've never had any sort of response to any sort of caffeinated drink other than like, wow, I drink a lot of soda. That's a lot of sugar.
Yeah. Even then, though, like, for me, I have to drink a lot of soda before I'm, like,
feeling something?
Wired. Yeah.
I don't get it, though. I
get high on life.
I don't get, like, any caffeine side effects. So without that, there's no... like anchor to get me into coffee. It's like, oh man, I gotta wake up, I gotta drink some caffeine because
it's such a social thing, like everyone goes out for coffee, and
which is weird when you don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
When there's a social thing that's wrapped around, like I'll do like a business meeting up with a client or something, like, oh, let's go meet up for coffee, and they're like, are you gonna get anything? I'm like, no. I'm here to talk to you.
But coffee is so much more normal than like, hey, you want to go get drinks or like.
Right.
I just, it's like.
You want to meet me at a bar to do like a business meeting at 11 o'clock in the morning?
I'll have a Bloody Mary. Yeah. So, and anything else, any other way of trying to describe it just sounds weird. So it's just like, let's just get coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's a socially normal thing to do. And I think it serves its purpose for sure.
Okay, here's a question.
Okay.
What is your dirty pleasure pedal? Like, what is, you're kind of not proud, but you loved it?
I really I don't always have one on my board. I like wahs. I like to have fun with a wah.
Yeah.
But it usually doesn't fit the style I'm playing in. And so I'll throw a wah on my board for like church. Yeah. And I wanna do the Kirk Hammett thing.
Yeah.
I want to go kind of crazy with it, but then that doesn't fit. So I'm doing like slow rocking wahs, like filter sweeps and stuff like that. But I'd love to be in a situation where I can go full shaft.
I love using that stuff like in non-conventional ways.
Yeah.
Like
but I love
doing that
using
stuff
it in a conventional way too. It's just never appropriate.
My problem is always the time leading up to using it would be about to happen, but it's a lull in the worship, because I grew up on the worship teams, and like that was my background. And then you click it, and you get that loud click, and your delay's on or something. It's like click, 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 click. Everyone looks at you, and you keep staring down, hoping they look at someone else.
It's one of those things where if you use it, you definitely start to catch looks from people on the team.
Yeah.
And you don't know if it's keep going looks or like, what are you doing looks?
Or dirty looks. Dirty looks from the congregation of like some old lady. Like,
I think like going back to like clicks getting caught in the delay, I think there was one time I had a guitar fall off of a stand. After I walked off the stage, and I'm sitting there like watching the message, and my guitar falls off the stand and like makes a sound because the jack rattles and the delay was on. So it's just this.
Was that your worst one of that type of thing?
Probably not, but it's the one I remember.
Mine is we had
worst ones are probably when I'm playing notes that I'm playing and I don't realize how bad they sound.
Oh man, I think mine was we had IEMs, but we had corded IEMs. And it was like, all right, everyone, close your eyes. And we were supposed to silently walk off the stage, And I still had my IEMs plugged in, and all of a sudden my head gets whipped back. The cord catches on the guitar. I knock the stage, like it was an avalanche of gear.
Oh my gosh.
Just falls over. And everyone knew that I did it.
Because they all watched you.
Because they watched it happen, yeah. Or people had their eyes closed and were like, didn't see it coming.
So at the last Christmas Eve service, we had this pop-up stage, and there was only one way to get off the stage, like one staircase. And the pastor got up, and he's starting to do like his prayer. Everyone's got their head down while the band's coming off the stage. And I'm the last one to get off the stage. And the pastor starts doing this like walk back and forth in front of the stairs, so everyone that had their eyes up is seeing me like trying to like dodge around him to get to the stairs, and people like started cracking up. And then he looked up at me and saw me, and was like, "Oh, okay, get down."
Oh my gosh!
Are you excited for NAMM? Or are you stressed out about it?
I'm excited. I guess I'm a little stressed. I'm a little less stressed now. Just because this pedal has been like announced and everything, and you stress about how people will react, the feedback and everything. But it's been really positive so far. So far so good.
So far
I think
so
it'll be
good.
A good show. It'll be fun.
I did a booth last year. I know I was doing a different thing than most people who work booths.
Yeah. I
was filming, but being stuck in a booth at NAMM, no fun, man. I feel for you guys. I don't want to do that ever again.
It's kind of that like, I love it, but it's not good for me type of thing, right? Because I'm the type of person who I like to engage every person who walks in. Mm-hmm. And so then by the end of the day, because of that, it's at the end of the day I realize, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten in like 7 hours.
Oh man.
I'm dehydrated like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm dead now. And so that's my problem.
You're just breathing air-conditioned air that's like recycled.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of people.
You're eating, and then you realized I didn't disinfect my hand before I ate the sandwich.
I always love the giant tub of hand sanitizer Brian has.
Brian always has it.
He's just got this giant. It's like the popcorn butter pump in the movie theater. Just like look.
If you need it at NAMM, you can stop by Wampler's booth.
It's the reason. It's one of the. I'm not going to say it's the main reason. He's got wonderful products. It's one of the big reasons to visit Brian's booth.
Like, hey, Ryan, this is like the 7th time you've been by our booth today.
Yeah, funny.
It's
funny
so good seeing you guys. Yeah.
Thump,
all right, bye.
All right. Well, I probably got to move on to the next person I got to film with. Thanks for doing this with me, Rick.
So glad we could connect better this time.
Absolutely.
Until the next time.
Yeah. This is so great that Boutique Amp Distributors put this together.
I think it's really awesome.
It's kind of local for me. It was like a 2-hour drive to get here.
There you go.
I'm going to Disney tomorrow with the family. And then NAMM after that.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. See you guys in the NAMM footage. Bye, everyone. Stay grounded.